Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg celebrates her 32nd birthday in Luxembourg City. Hereditary Princess Cleo of Oettingen-Spielberg announces her third pregnancy in Madrid. Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden conclude their visit to Australia. And King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain view a special exhibition in Madrid. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Alexandra, and this is your Royal Daily News for February 16th, 2023. In Madrid, Their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain attended the inauguration of the exhibition entitled Sorolla a través de la luz, held at Palacio Real de Madrid. The exhibition, organized by the National Heritage, the Sorolla Museum, the Sorolla Museum Foundation, and Light Art Exhibitions, is being held on the occasion of the Sorolla Centenary, 1863 to 1923, which has been declared an event of exceptional public interest by the Spanish government. During today's inauguration, Their Majesties viewed 24 original works by the Valencian painter. In fact, many of his works have never been exhibited. Moreover, this is the first exhibition that merges Sorolla's original work with digital recreations. Sorolla a través de la luz will be open to the public from Friday, February 17th until June 30th, 2023. Yesterday morning, Her Majesty the Queen held an audience with the President of Atresmeria and the President of the Fundación Muta Madrilena, held at Palacio de la Zarzuela. During the meeting, Her Majesty the Queen was presented with a report entitled 3 Macro Study on Gender Violence, an investigation framed within the initiative entitled Against Mistreatment, Zero Tolerance. 7 years ago, Atresmeria and the Fundación Muta Madrilena joined forces to combat gender violence through the, quote, Corporate Responsibility Action. The 3 Macro Study on Gender Violence was carried out in October 2022. The study surveyed 6,275 people and offers a snapshot of the Spanish population's perception of gender-based violence and its evolution in the last 2 years, end quote. Yesterday afternoon, His Majesty the King presided over the extraordinary plenary meeting of the Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Services, and Navigation of Spain, held at the headquarters of the Chamber of Commerce of Spain in Madrid. In Madrid, Her Royal Highness Princess Alessandra of Hanover attended the Jorge Vázquez 2023 Fall-Winter Pret-a-Porter Fashion Show during the Pasarela Sabelas Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week held at the IFEMA Madrid. Mr. Vázquez designed Princess Alessandra's stunning wedding gown when she married His Royal Highness Prince Christian of Hanover in her hometown of Lima, Peru in 2018. The designer also created looks for Princess Alessandra when she attended the wedding of His Royal Highness Prince Philippos of Greece to Miss Nina Flor in October 2021 in Athens, Greece, as well as for other various galas around Europe. In Eindhoven, Her Majesty Queen Maxima of the Netherlands visited 2 Dutch fashion houses that are preparing to show their latest collections during the upcoming 2024 Spring-Summer Pret-a-Porter shows during Milan Fashion Week. For the past several years, Eindhoven has become known as a center for Dutch design, thanks in part to the Philips and Design Academy Eindhoven. Today, Eindhoven has its own annual Dutch Design Week. Moreover, there are now several creative incubators spread across the city located in former industrial and business parks. In the afternoon, Her Majesty the Queen visited the Eindhoven Hendrik Casimir Institute at the Eindhoven University of Technology. The institute is named after Mr. Hendrik Casimir, a Dutch physicist known for his work on quantum physics and superconductivity. Mr. Casimir defined the principles for research management that are still used today. In Oborg, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians visited the Comet Group, a company that specializes in metal waste treatment. Each year, the company collects more than 1 million tons of metal waste, which is then sold as secondary raw material. According to the Belgian Royal Court, the collection is done in collaboration with the company Recoupel. which collects, sorts, and recycles old electronics and household appliances. Yesterday morning in Brussels, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians received letters of credence from newly appointed ambassadors to Belgium at the Palais Royal. The newly appointed ambassadors are from Peru, the Bahamas, Botswana, and Japan. In the afternoon, His Majesty the King held a meeting with the chairman of the Presidential Council of the Republic of Yemen, His Excellency Dr. Rashad Mohammed Al Alamini, at the Palais Royal. Yesterday morning, Her Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg visited Miss Tilly Urhausen, the widow of the late Luxembourg-born photographer, artist, and sculptor, Mr. Romain Urhausen. Mr. Urhausen passed away on July 3, 2021. Last summer, the hereditary Grand Ducal couple attended the 2022 Rencontre d'Al Photography and Arts Festival in France. During their visit, the hereditary Grand Ducal couple viewed the exhibition entitled In His Time, organized by the non-profit association Letters of. The exhibition was dedicated to the late Mr. Urhausen. According to the Corps Grand Ducal, the hereditary Grand Duchess wanted to know more about the late photographer's life and wanted to meet Miss Tilly Urhausen privately. Meanwhile, Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra of Luxembourg is celebrating her 32nd birthday today. Born at the Grand Duchess Charlotte Maternity Hospital in Luxembourg City on February 16, 1991, Princess Alexandra Josephine Teresa Charlotte Marie Wilhelmine, Princess of Luxembourg, Princess of Nassau, and Bourbon-Parma, is the fourth child and the only daughter of the Royal Highnesses Grand Duke Henri and Grand Duchess Maria Theresa of Luxembourg. Last year, Princess Alexandra became engaged to Mr. Nicholas Baggery. The couple will marry in a civil ceremony on April 22, 2023, at the Town Hall in Luxembourg City. On April 29, 2023, the couple will marry in a religious ceremony at the Église Saint-Trophime in France. Back in Madrid, Her Highness Hereditary Princess Cleo of Oettingen-Spielberg announced that she and her husband, His Highness Hereditary Prince Franz Albrecht of Oettingen-Spielberg, are expecting their third child sometime this year. In an interview with German Vogue, the Swiss-born model and actress turned princess discusses her family life living part-time in beautiful Oettingen, Germany, and the Spanish capital of Madrid, Spain, pregnancy, her family, and her, at the moment, top 5 favorite must-haves. If you're interested in reading the interview with Princess Cleo in German, in the description box below, I will leave a direct link to the German Vogue article. In Vaduz, His Serene Highness Hereditary Prince Alois of Liechtenstein received letters of credence from newly appointed ambassadors to Liechtenstein at Schloss Vaduz. The newly appointed ambassadors are from the United Kingdom, the Kingdom of Thailand, the Kingdom of Norway, the Republic of Ecuador, the Republic of Chile, the United Arab Emirates, Mongolia, and the Dominican Republic. In Trondheim, Her Majesty Queen Sonja of Norway attended the 50th anniversary celebrations of NOREX, the quote, annual exchange between Norwegian Home Guard and the Minnesota National Guard, end quote. The purpose of the exchange is to strengthen the already close political and military cooperation between the two countries, which is Norway and the United States, but you knew that already. Anyway, according to the Norwegian Royal Court, the NOREX contingent from Norway consists of, quote, 100 soldiers, including task force soldiers, and HV youth from all over Norway. In the same way, approximately 100 National Guard soldiers come to Norway to participate in the exchange and experience the HV-12 at Hereditary. On Tuesday evening, His Majesty King Harald V of Norway attended the annual meeting of the Norwegian sports leaders and veterans held at the Clarion Hotel. During the meeting, it was announced that 7 elite Norwegian athletes will be inducted into the Norwegian Sports Hall of Fame. Meanwhile, Their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Silvia of Sweden spent the day in Jönköping County. On the occasion of His Majesty the King's Golden Jubilee year, Their Majesties will visit all 21 counties in Sweden. This morning, Their Majesties arrived at the Jönköping airport, where they were warmly welcomed by the governor, Miss Helena Johannesson. Thereafter, Their Majesties visited the Culture House to watch a cultural program that included music and poetry. Their Majesties also viewed the new photo exhibition entitled The King Was Here. The exhibition displays hundreds of photos from His Majesty's visits to the county over the past 50 years. After a quick ride through the city center of Jönköping, Their Majesties arrived at the Magnus Ladulla's place, where they were welcomed by the chairman of the municipal board, Miss Anne-Marie Nielsen. After a presentation on the history of the city of Jönköping by Mr. Philip Lind, His Majesty the King unveiled a commemorative plaque marking his historic visit. In the afternoon, a luncheon was held at the residence of the governor in honor of His Majesty the King. After lunch, there was a concert at the Town Hall Park where His Majesty the King gave his speech. The day ended with Their Majesties watching local sports stars perform, sports stuff. Yesterday morning, Their Royal Highnesses Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden concluded their visit to Australia. According to the Swedish Royal Court, the purpose of the visit is to promote and strengthen bilateral relations with Australia and New Zealand. The visit also aims to, quote, promote Swedish business interests, with a focus on areas where there is particularly good potential for in-depth cooperation and trade exchange, for example, in sustainable business, health, and innovation sectors, end quote. Yesterday, the Crown Princess couple were in Sydney, where they attended the Sweden-Australia Sustainable Mining Summit, organized by Business Sweden. Later in the morning, the Crown Princess couple were given a tour of the Sydney Opera House by the director of the Opera House, Miss Louise Heron. After a nice lunch, the Crown Princess couple and a Swedish delegation visited the naval base HMAS Kutubul in central Sydney. Thereafter, the Crown Princess couple visited the Sydney Botanic Garden and the St. Vincent's Hospital. Whilst there, the Crown Princess couple and a Swedish delegation were informed about the cooperation between Sweden and Australia in the health sector. The day ended with a reception at the Swedish ambassador's residence for Swedish citizens residing in Australia. On Wednesday, in Amman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan met with a group of retired servicemen and women on the occasion of Veterans Day at Al Hussein Palace. During the meeting, His Majesty the King highlighted the important role of military retirees in Jordanian society, calling for all citizens to support them the way they supported the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. And finally, in Manama, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa Bahrain held an audience with the President of Hungary, Her Excellency Katalin Novak, at the headquarters of the Economic Development Board at Bahrain Bay. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Friday, February 17th with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.